Welcome back to FurmanPaladins.com here in Orangeburg, where the Paladins have defeated the South Carolina State Bulldogs by a score of 30-20. It was a very hard-fought game. The Paladins dialed it up in the second half on defense, had some very strong defensive play using blitz packages, and also it was the Jarius Holloman show today. Interception, a return for a touchdown, also a punt return for a touchdown. Paladins sealed the deal to head to Fargo, North Dakota, to take on North Dakota State.
Coach gets to go first with the NCAA interviews, but first of all, congratulations on a very, very well-played football game this afternoon.
It was a hard-fought game. You know, South Carolina State did a good job. We knew it would be that way. They're a top defense in, FCS football statistically, and we didn't get off to a great start. It was kind of a slow start for us, and I hope we didn't start quick last week, so I hope that's not typical, but just kept fighting and settled in a little bit. We got some, really balanced production, did some good big plays on offense, and then, Jairus' punt return and obviously his interception return, were gigantic plays, but remarkable punt return, I thought. We're solid in the special teams. We tackled, pretty well after a while. We didn't tackle great the first half, and so it turned out pretty good.
And I thought your comments to the assembled media after the game about the fact that this is a team effort, this is sort of how Furman has played, particularly for the last month and a half, but a game where everybody seemed to pick up and do their job, particularly in the second half.
There's a lot of guys on our team that are unselfish. They understand their role. They work hard in practice, and they know that they got a good chance of getting in the game in a critical time, and there's a sense of urgency when they go out and practice. And so, I'm not surprised by any of the guys that come in there and do well. The guys are doing a great job of coaching and staff-wise, and so it's fun when it's like this. It's fun when you got guys that come in there and contribute. When somebody can't go, we get somebody else in there. It's a very rewarding team effort.
All right, and then next week, a little plane trip up to Fargo, North Dakota, obviously playing the Bison, but your thoughts about it as you move forward in the playoffs?
Well, we got to get ready. That's the thing about the playoffs. I mean, you win and you advance. So, it's just move on to the next game. And obviously, they're the number one ranked team in the country. They've won 2 straight national championships, and it will be a real measure for, and test for us. So, our guys will practice this week, and prepare for North Dakota State.
Jarius Holloman, I'm going to start with the defensive player of the game, the special teams player of the game, and I told the guys I trust you to fly the plane to Fargo next week, but congratulations on a great job here in this playoff victory.
Thank you.
It looked like to me, and Dwight mentioned it too, but in the second half, Furman was able to dictate on defense what South Carolina State was going to do, and every time South Carolina State went in motion, you were on the blitz and able to make some big plays. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. We kind of came in, and the coaches told us to kind of like hop around and kind of disguise the blitzes and stuff like that. And, I'm pretty good at moving around and kind of making them think that I'm doing something else. And it was kind of like a team effort because we had the backside linebackers kind of showing blitz, so they didn't quite know which side we was coming from. Just so happened I was the person they were sending action.
And I'm gonna make you pick the punt return for the touchdown or the interception for the touchdown. Which was your favorite?
I have to say my favorite was the punt return.
All right. Well, talk to us a little bit about that. Tell us what you saw and take us through that play.
I just caught the ball and I just seen white jerseys. Kind of like passed up to the other team players, and after that it was just the punter. Then I seen the end zone, and I ran even faster, so it had good blocking.
And it looked like on the interception too, you did a pretty good job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and once he made the throw, you broke on the ball and picked it clean and then had nothing but green grass.
Oh, yes, sir. I kind of did bait him a little bit on that play. I mean, like I said, the team, they put pressure on the D-line. Gary Wilkins, he's good, and they kind of put pressure on him and had him back there a little antsy, ready to throw the ball. And like you said, I kind of baited him and picked it and ran it in.
Well, congratulations. The punt return was a Furman school record, and probably one of the best defensive and if not all-around performances we've seen from a Furman player, especially in the playoffs in a generation or two. But congratulations.
We about halfway through the game, I think we really saw that our blitzes were hard for them to pick up. So we really turned up our blitz packages second half, and I really thought that we were able to disrupt a lot. we took some risks, and they paid off, especially down here at the end of the game, back in the end zone.
All right. I know you've always wanted to go to Fargo, North Dakota. What was any particular reason?
I wasn't thinking about that until after this game, but now that we're there, it's gonna be fun going up there, playing in that dome. Good crowd. It's gonna be a good atmosphere.
Cohen 5 yards deep in his end zone, takes a snap, gonna throw. He's hit in the backfield, throws it to Smith, who makes the catch in the on somehow gets out and up to the 4-yard line.
This was the Three Musketeers days. You Jairus, you were blitzing. Carl was blitzing. It was blitz city, but it worked. Particularly in the second half, they really just gummed up their works. Talk about that.
You know, we practiced it all week to get after them. You know, came out with good ball. First half and the second half, you know, coach decided throwing a couple of other blitzes. So, you know, we got after them. You know, studied them all week with Coach Lindsay. Lineman techniques. It was a perfect setup every time.
That's 5 yards we'll take. Listen, I can forget what time it is after looking at my watch. So
It's Thursday.
yeah, that's right. 1st and 15. Throw. Quick shot complete to the left side, and they'll get that 5 yards back. Merrick Hemingway, the tight end, on this catch. 2nd down and 10, and now they're going really quick.
We got to be ready for it. We got to get our play called. You've got what you want in the backfield.
Handoff on 2nd and 10, and they give it to Dondra Lewis-Freeman. He gets 5 yards to the 30. Marcus McMahon. Morris on the stop. 7:48, 7:47. Clock continuing to run. 3rd down and 5. Now the pistol, they'll look to the sideline. Outside or near side hash, 2 receivers each side. Now they'll bring Lewis from behind the quarterback Q up to his left. Snap, 3rd and 5, here we go. Looking, pressure coming. And he gets away from one, but he won't get away from the second one. Marcus McMorris ate him up for the sack. Back inside the 25. There's a Farm Bureau Insurance 3 and out, and it came at about the best time possible for the defense. Bringing the pressure. They're playing McMorris at the linebacker spot again, by the way, today.
We're starting to see that Sanford playbook come back out again. If you recall, when McMorris has had his breakout game, National Player of the Week on defense.